Hello everybody, this is pt.2 and welcome back to some more Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Path, the Imprisoned Turnabout. In the previous episode, we had found out that Knightley was murdered and went to investigate the crime scene. Just before we ended, a mysterious voice called out from the other end of the room. We're going to find the face of this mysterious voice today. If you'd like to see, leave a like down below, comment if you have anything to say, and subscribe to me if you haven't already. Share with your friends so they can join in on this investigation. Sorry to barge in like this. Is this a crime scene? Huh? You. Aren't you? That piercing gaze. That furrowed brow. It has been a long time, Mr. Shields. Yes, that frilly thing around your neck and that stiff greeting. There's no doubt about it. Prosecutor Manfred von Karma. Fancy meeting you here. Mr. Shields? No. Wrong prosecutor. Hold it! What are you saying, pal? Mr. Edgeworth's not that old man! Detective, it's fine. Oh, it's you, Prosecutor Edgeworth. I thought you looked a bit young. You two are so similar. Looks like your Uncle Ray got you mixed up again. You never change. How many years has it been since we last saw each other? I've already forgotten. Your Uncle Ray's been overseas these past few years. But you know, there's something I still haven't forgotten about you and your betrayal. I'm getting some bad vibes over here. Do you know this guy, Mr. Edgeworth? Allow me to introduce him to you. Raymond Shields, attorney at law. Ace Attorney Ray Shields at your service. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Detective Gumshoe, sir. Kay Faraday, nice to meet ya. I'm a great thief. But I'm currently on hiatus. Great thief? Well, that sounds romantic. How wonderful. Oh, Mr. Shields, you get it, right? I'm currently recruiting new members. The registration forms are easy to fill out. That's splendid. Uncle Ray would love to join your little gang. I'm sorry, but we're only accepting bright, cheerful, and energetic girls. I see. Well, that's too bad. How about a hug then, as a sign of affection? No. Guess not. This isn't Europe after all. Mr. Shields, what are you doing here? Whoops, that's right. Sorry. Preventing the attorney from investigating the crime scene is the Von Karma way, isn't it? Hey, you've been going on about Von Karma this and Von Karma that. What's your problem, pal? Hold it! Detective, restrain yourself. This can't be helped. Huh? Mr. Shields, are you the defense attorney for Horace Knightley? That's right. Or should I say, I was his defense attorney. Mr. Shields is the defense attorney. If Knightley had not been murdered, I would have been going up against him in court. I should listen to what he has to say. Since you received the request to represent the victim, that must mean... Yes, your Uncle Ray was supposed to be meeting with Knightley boy, as was I. I'd planned to meet with him, but then we heard the reports of the dead body. I even brought him a California roll. Mr. Shields, you can't bring food into the detention center. Is that right? Well, would you like it? No, thanks. Still, to think that Prosecutor Edgeworth actually meets with the defendants. All defendants are guilty. Wasn't that the Von Karma way? That is a thing of the past. Is that right? So, you say you don't want it? I told you, I don't want it. Did you meet with Knightley? Huh, we met yesterday. They called me over as soon as Knightley boy was arrested. He was being quite the hostile. Oh yeah, he mentioned you. He talked about how you interfered with his plans. He probably said some nasty things about me. Even if he hates me, I'm fine with it. Man, the two of us had a great time talking about you. Mr. Shields, you also talked about me. I frequent the visitor's room here quite often. It's been a while since I had such a good time. Heh, so you're regular at this prison? Hey now, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not here as an inmate. I'm here to visit an old acquaintance of mine. We usually meet in the visitor's room, but I've been also in here before. Then I should ask him about this room. This room? Where the body was found? Do you know anything about it? This room, huh? Here's a pop quiz for our prodigy prosecutor. Which of these three is the name of this room? The entertainment room. The entertainment room? Wow, Prosecutor Edgeworth seemed... And why not? There are plenty of toys here. Well, let's reveal the correct answer. Prosecutor Edgeworth's answer is... Wrong. Correct answer is the workroom. Stupid, that was a trick question. All three choices were wrong. I hate it when he does that. The inmates carry out various kinds of labor in here. It also serves as a rehab program, allowing them to receive job training in prison. So, how do they monitor this room? Who's in charge of the keys to the entrance? Prosecutor Edgeworth. Even your Uncle Ray doesn't have all the answers. Hey, you there! Can you tell us? Yes, sir! This room doesn't use any locks and keys. Instead of locks, the doors are equipped with sensors. What do you mean by that? All of the prison's inmates wear electronic bracelets. When a bracelet passes through the door, it activates the sensor and... An alarm will sound. After a certain amount of time has passed, the bracelet will emit a painful shock. If the bracelets are tampered with, it will emit an electric shock 3 times more powerful. That's terrifying. It's to ensure that the inmates follow the rules, although it does seem a bit harsh. That's why an inmate never goes through a door. A guard has to accompany them to deactivate the sensor first. And that's it. Did any of the inmates use this workroom today? The past few days, no one has used this room. I'm sure of it. So not one inmate has entered the room today. If that's the case, it raises a contradiction with the crime scene. There's something in this crime scene that should not exist. I will use my powers of deduction and inspect the crime scene again. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Damn it. Oh, shit. Well, it's a rubber glove, but it's really odd to see that here. Why is that? From what we just heard about the inner workings of the prison, the rubber gloves are used by the inmates should not be present in this room. Let me present some evidence to support my reasoning. Is this a spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Damn it. Take that, Eureka, or something like that. No. I'm doing really badly because, well, for one thing, I'm not used to it being in full speed. Eureka! The inmates cannot freely enter this room, as they're wearing bracelets that set off their senses. According to the guard, it seems like no inmates were scheduled to enter this room today. However, a rubber glove used by the inmates was left here. There's a direct contradiction. Then who left this rubber glove in here, sir? I don't know, yet. However, it seems like this rubber glove is connected to our case. Guard, aside from the inmates and the prison guards, does anyone else have access to this room? Well, there is a prison facility after all, and the inmates and prison guards come here. Mr. Shields. What are you saying? There are others that come in here. Aside from the inmates and prison guards, there are certain things that could enter this room. Are you talking about them? But they're... Mr. Shields, what are those things that you speak of? It should be obvious. You came all the way here without seeing one, Prosecutor Edgeworth? Usually can find them walking around the prison facility. Well, you'll see once you leave this room, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Hey, you're just saying that to get Mr. Edgeworth to leave, pal. What now? Don't you trust me? Mr. Detective, you have a big body but a small mind. What did you say, pal? Hold it! Detective Gumshoe! Sorry, sir. Come on, follow me. I'll show you what Uncle Ray has been talking about. This place is a little different from your normal prison. There are more than just the prisoners and guards living here. Animals. Yep, animals. According to the guard, they introduced animal therapy here several years ago. Each prisoner is assigned to one animal. In other words, they receive a pet partner. Huh? That seems kind of fun. Plus, learning to take care of the pets is a great qualification to have. So you mean that workroom? Yep, that's where the prisoners practice taking care of pets. So the thing you mentioned that could enter the crime scene is right, these animals. But that doesn't make any sense, pal. Why would an animal leave behind a rubber glove? Quite right. But the fact remains that they could have entered the crime scene. Mr. Edgeworth, can you please talk some sense into this man? Mr. Shields, are the animals allowed to go wherever they please? Most of the doors in this prison are fitted with sensors. The sensors not only sound an alarm in response to the prisoner's bracelets, they also respond to the animal's microchip and open the doors for them. Microchip? It's a tiny little machine embedded under the animal's skin. All takes a simple injection. And I actually don't know what sound. And the microchip is inserted. What? That sounds painful. I've heard it's not that painful. But anyway, since the animals aren't criminals, they're allowed to move around freely. How ironic. We're gonna end it off here for today. I know it's a short episode, but I got somewhere to go. So, if you, in the next episode of Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Path, the Imprisoned Turnabout, we're going to find out more about these animals and question some of the inmates. I will see you guys later.